How are we doing today, class? Thank you all so much for your time. This is going to be my advocacy presentation on the main prompt, what needs improvement at Saddleback College. So in conducting my information, asking, students around campus, and actually a couple friends of mine as well that do go to the school, and asking what is the most significant problem that they face at Saddleback College, some of the answers I got were navigating to certain classrooms that were hard to find on campus, which I actually relate to personally. I've had a couple classes where it's been a little hard to find at first, and balancing schoolwork with time management, with work and free time. Say, as young adults, a lot of us are balancing a lot of different tasks at hand. Some people have work 4 or 5 days a week, including school, which may be hard to time manage, as well as have some free time as well, which everybody needs. More urgency with health emergencies on campus. One of my buddies actually gave me this response and saying that one of his classmates actually had an emergency. I think they're having a stroke actually, and it took quite a while for them to actually get medical attention. They actually just sent a police officer to kind of handle it, which was some feedback that I got on this question. But one that actually did stand out to me that I was personally a part of was the fact that there needs to be a more active student section in Saddleback sporting events, such as basketball. Um, with the basketball arena, a lot of families and some friends or some students will come out and support, but I feel like that is definitely one area where we can improve the most as a student section, especially because it is in our own control. Yeah, when I would go to the games, me and my friends were always mainly the loudest. We're supporting our friend John that was on the team but is now going to play elsewhere. But yeah, coming from someone who's played sports their whole life, we need a cheering fan base behind the players. It motivates them a lot, and it can give an edge against our opponents on any given basis. And these factors contribute to an electric atmosphere that is beneficial to the players play on the court, which can also help our student athletes transfer out, and go to a university possibly, depending on their level of play. For the central route of the ELM model, central processing involves thinking elaborately about an entire argument or topic. In this case, the topic or argument is attending the Saddleback sports games to give support and root on our students. Um, Fans are more engaged, and know the game of basketball, are more likely to use central processing by yelling questions like, "Where's the foul ref?" I feel like with the central route, there's a lot more mental elaboration on there, where we can truly really dig into what's happening in front of us, maybe pick apart the little bits and pieces about the actual game. And students at Saddleback can use central processing technique in grasping new chants or cheers or getting the crowd involved more. As said in the ELM model, and I quote, "A person with greater motivation is more likely to rely on central processing." This may also have more elaborate thinking on attending the game in the first place, which may be a little bit harder to get them there. But these people are more motivated, and this central route of processing actually helps us dig into certain chants and certain rallies a little bit more. Certain questions that people may ask are, I don't want to drive too far. How far away is the game? They may not want to use as much gas in their car, and they're thinking about weighing the pros and cons of going to the game in the first place. For something like, is there going to be food there? That's another one where someone may be a little bit hungry, and they don't want to miss their meal. And going to the game sounds good as long as there's food there. Last one, I have plans later. How long is the game? Some people have different obligations and really want to weigh out whether it's worth it to go to the game or not. Really think about all these different factors before they want to give their support to our student athletes. With a thinker that is centrally processing information, it may be harder for them to get to come to the game if the game details aren't advertised loud and clear and there are other obligations in the way. For the peripheral route of ELM, individuals that use the peripheral processing to make decisions are more likely to just go with the flow. Say if some buddies want to go to the game and have a good time, peripheral thinker would be like, "Oh, it sounds like a good time. I like sports. Why not tag along?" Right? They don't necessarily need to know all the information or details surrounding the event. Good decorations, advertising, as well as music, in the arena can attract a peripheral audience, which is very important in cheering on our student athletes. We need to have as many people there as possible. And if there are people cheering after a basket, then they will be more likely to cheer too, even if they don't necessarily understand what is going on. If someone enjoys the idea of sports and relying on peripheral processing, they will go to the game with their friend because it sounds appealing. It sounds like a good time without having to dive into specifics. Little or nothing is elaborated upon. This means that a group of guys or girls with peripheral processing may be more likely to go to Saddleback game because they think the players are attractive. They don't necessarily care about the outcome, but they might be like, "Oh, like so and so is on the team, let's go root them on, like just to maybe have a little shot in their mind that they might, make something of it in the long run." Or maybe your girlfriend or your boyfriend wants to support a friend on Saddleback Sports. So you join along merely because you want to spend some time with your significant other. And it might not necessarily be that you are really that, intrigued about the sport or you really want to attend it. It's more like you want to just spend time with the person that wants to, in that sense. Supporting Saddleback Sports and increasing our student section for sporting events can be very beneficial for the program itself and for the players, whether it's from a processing method of central or peripheral, us getting to the game and giving our full support for just the outcome and for actually our student athletes just trying to further their performance to the next level and trying to make it pro. A lot of people put a lot of time into this, especially decorating and setting up whatever it is. We need to make an electric atmosphere in the arena. If the arena is quiet and there isn't much cheering, the team might not perform as well, as opposed to if there is more of an attendance of supporters coming out for that extra boost of energy, that could really make the difference in a win or a loss or a playoff contention run or not, which actually adds more radar to, scouts and other people that may be looking for next level talent that could actually beat our school if we have more of a, upbeat crowd and more of a student attraction. Having a more upbeat crowd and winning team because of it can help the players the traction of next level of play, which is huge coming to a JUCO like Saddleback to get your skills up and work out for free and play games for free, mainly, with some exception for classes and stuff, but to save money while you're doing it is huge. Having the same level of opportunity as universities as well. The athletes here at Saddleback definitely deserve that, and us as students can make a difference in the energy throughout the game with us just attending and giving it our all and just really applauding the players and hyping them up, getting them excited and motivated to get the win. And thank you all for watching today. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.